Israeli police say extreme sexual violence, rape by Hamas terrorists was systematic.
Here's a summary of the article.
Jerusalem, the first suggestion that Hamas terrorists committed acts of extreme sexual violence and rape against victims during their October 7 rampage through southern Israel came on social media early on that fateful Saturday morning 6 weeks ago. While the victims of gender-based crimes committed during that brutal attack have yet to come forward, either because they were murdered or kidnapped or are still reeling from the trauma, the Israeli police and Israel's newly formed Civil Commission on October 7 Crimes by Hamas Against Women believe sexual violence during the terror attack was widespread, systematic and even endorsed by the Islamic fundamentalist group's religious and spiritual leaders as permissible during war. Those investigators hope to bring detailed charges against hundreds of Hamas terrorists now being held by Israel for their role in the assault and for women's groups, who say that violent sexual crimes in war must be documented and remembered. At Tuesday's briefing, the police screened one eyewitness account of a gang rape that she said took place at the Nova Music Festival, where more than 300 people were brutally murdered and thousands were injured by hundreds of heavily armed Hamas terrorists. First responders from both the Israeli military and the country's civilian services have described in detail the disturbing brutality and atrocities carried out by an estimated 3,000 Hamas and other Palestinian terrorists who entered Israel October 7. Speaking this week on a Zoom panel organized by the Maimonides Society at Harvard Medical School, Dr. Kochav Elchaim Levi, chair of Israel's newly formed Civil Commission on October 7 Crimes by Hamas Against Women, said her team had also been working to compile a database of gender-based atrocities to ensure that the October 7 victims of sexual and other violence against women are never forgotten and that their stories are adequately told. It was rape unto death, rape as massacre, rape and crimes made to kill and torture women, using them and their bodies as an instrument to force exile of those communities in Israel. It was rape to be seen and heard by others, women's and girls' bodies used as spectacles of victory, trophies of war.
This post received a score of 3,400, with an upvote ratio of 73%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Most of the victims can't testify because they've been murdered or kidnapped, with one testimony of a woman being shot in the head by her rapist while he's still inside of her. Truly gut-wrenching.
After having her breast cut off and thrown at someone else, yes. The paramedic testimony also of the two teenage girls raped and murdered in their bedroom in a similar way either before, after their parents were killed in the next room.
Wish I didn't read that. Fuck Hamas.
Another addendum to that is that's exactly what has been happening in Ukraine as well. Especially since the Russian army now allows full-blown psychopaths released from jail and tell that they can do whatever they want? To the Ukrainians. So much evil going on in the world.
Yeah, this guy, who raped, tortured and killed his girlfriend over hours while multiple neighbors were calling police, who ignored it for some reason, got pardoned 6 months after their 17-year prison sentence started since he was recruited to fighting in Ukraine, not sure when, but I guess either at the start of or before the prison sentence started.
Russia probably saw his crimes and thought that he is the exact type of person they want as a soldier.
I'm so confused. An Islamic terrorist group that flew into a music festival to kill hundreds of innocent people in the most horrific ways getting the benefit of the doubt concerning rape. Idiots.
Yep, and there are still people who will give them the benefit of the doubt in regards to using civilians as human shields. It's all in the playbook. There is practically no atrocity towards human life that these scumbags won't commit.
Any woman gets raped, we have to believe her story right away without evidence. When it's an Israeli woman with captured Hamas militants admitting they raped people, then sorry, we need actual video footage of the rape. Double standards at its finest.
Believe all women. Unless the women in question are Jews and the assailants are religious fanatics.
Who actively state they want the complete genocide and ruination of all Jews since they aren't human. The fact anyone can support Hamas is fucking sickening.
But remember, it's not anti-Semitic at all.
The evidence of the attacks is all here. Warning NSFL, show that link to all the anti-Semites, terrorism supporters and evil bastards like these people who keep denying the truth. Head of Canadian Campus Sexual Assault Center signs letter denying October 7 rape cases.
The Canadian was fired.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.